does our Joni mean? She wishes she had her cutlery back.
It's that canteen I gave her love after your father died. As far as I know, she's never opened it from that day to this. But of course, now I've taken it back, she immediately wants it.
Typical. What's this?
Fresh orange slices. And don't look at them like that. They're good for you. You have far too little vitamin C.
I tell you what, seeing as it's New Year's Day, if you stop telling me what's good for me, I'll stop robbing warehouses.
I don't think that remark's in very good taste. But then, so many of your remarks are lacking in that respect.
Oh, perhaps I'm not really your son after all. Perhaps I was left on the doorstep by some common working girl. Hey, I know. My dad could have been a belted earl.
Really, Billy?
Well, my uncle could be.
It could indeed. And go easy with that sugar. Heaven knows where you got some of your habits. Genes are certainly peculiar.
Why, what does she do?
Who?
It's a funny, never mind. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
I was talking about hereditary characteristics.
Pardon?
Well, you certainly haven't picked up of any of mine. From what I can see, very few of your father's either.
No. Perhaps I'm a throwback from one of your ancestors, one of the buccaneering Beaumonts of Clitheroe.
That would explain it.
Yes, Hilda?
Would it be convenient for me to come through and do the kitchen?
At this time? Really?
Yeah, well, it is New Year's Day. That means last night was New Year's Eve. And heaven knows Stan's snoring's bad enough at the best of times without a skinful like
Well,
Aaron's
spare us the gory details. You may do the kitchen.
Thank you.
Oh, and take these through, will you?
You what?
These pots, will you take them through on your way?
I still haven't picked up anyone for that supermarket job yet.
Oh, and while I remember, love, do have a word with Len about that back door lock. It may need replacing.
It was very romantical, though, wasn't it, them putting the lights out on Christmas night? Even Stan got fruity, bless him.
Yeah, well, that's because he couldn't see who he was with.
It may have been romantic to you, Hilda, but to anyone in our trade, power failures can be catastrophic. I don't know where we'd have been without those candles.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it lucky that Eddie Yates had them with him?
Perhaps he's got second sight and all.
Hey, yeah. Very interesting.
That was great, Ma. Really great. That's one of the best cottage pies of our time.
Did you like it?
Smashing. Hey, what's for afters?
What's the opposite of something?
Nothing.
Well, that's what you're going to have. My mother used to say that.
God bless her.
I were always too fat for afters.
And you reckon I'm too fat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. It's all them big dinners you get down the neck. Shh. It's all right. She's not here. She's gone back to St Anne's.
You know, I keep thinking I can hear her. She always had that effect on me, did Ina?
Who do you think you're kidding?
Pardon?
Listen, when I first come here, I thought you were right under the thumb. But you can hold your own, can't you? On the quiet.
Oh, I'm not so green as cabbage looking.
You're not that. Not like me ending up in Walton.
When do you have to go back?
Oh, not for a couple of days yet, Ma.
Oh, I'm glad. I like talking to you.
Hey, Ma. Did you ever hanker after the criminal life? I mean, did you ever fancy doing a job? Not a big job, you know, just nicking.
No, I don't think so. I've seen things I liked, mind you, that I couldn't afford. Only I never wanted to take them. I think I must have been brought up right.
Yeah, that's it, you see. I was dragged up, me. Me father off it, then me mother ran off with her fancy man. Well, that only left me and me sister, you see. Well, me sister ran off and shacked up with this tea leaf. Well, there was nothing else to talk about in our house except villainy. We used to sit round the table, if there was nothing on the telly, and just talk about how to do a job.
Oh,
well, before you knew where you were, you had your coat on and you were off doing it.
Must have been very hard.
Oh, no, most of them were dead easy.
No, I mean life.
Oh, yeah, life, yeah.
It's what you make it.
Yeah, but you've got to be very careful, haven't you?
All right. Sit there and be careful and watch it flying past.
It's my trouble. I can't do right for doing wrong.
Enjoy doing wrong for a bit. See what happens. Hello?
Hi.
Is that me, love? How did you get in? How did you open that shop door? Like that. Not like that. Like that.
Oh, I could have sworn I put the catch on.
Oh, don't worry, love, I have. I don't know what's wrong with this one today. Well, I do. It's New Year, isn't it, love? There I was, sitting in my penthouse apartment, the world at my feet. And I thought, Lynch, another flaming New Year on your top, so I've come round for a natter.
Why aren't you pulling pints?
Because the Dowager Duchess of Weatherfield bestowed her bounteous blessings upon me, didn't she? Bet, love, seeing as how what you've had to work to the end of the New Year's Eve extensions, you don't not need to come in tomorrow dinner time. Oh, I don't mind, I said. Right, she said, you can come in later and help us clear up.
Oh.
I think it's a bit on big side, isn't it?
I'd have thought you'd have learned by now.
Me? I never learn anything, ever. Well, aren't you offering me a drink?
Oh, well, we've just had coffee.
Who's talking about coffee?
White wine. Cheap white wine.
Now you're talking. How's your love life, then?
Oh, all right.
Go on, tell the truth and shame the devil. She's got a date with Carlos tonight. Cooking him a meal, she is, at his place. Only there's a drawback. It's a bedsitter.
That's a drawback.
Well, it's the bed.
There's got to be a bed, love, otherwise it's called a sitter.
Yes, I know, but, well, you're so conscious of it.
Aye, you know what that is, don't you? That's your dirty mind.
Oh, no.
Look, if it'll smooth the path of true love, I'll make you an offer. You can have this place for the night.
The night?
Hey, did you see her eyes light up? She means the evening, sexy.
I know she means the evening. Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, are you sure? Because I could take him round to my auntie's. Well, not that we get much
Look,
peace.
do you want to bring him here or don't you?
Well, yes, but...
There's no bed on view. It's handy if you want it, but there's definitely not one on view.
Thank you.
Right, that's you settled. Now, can I fix you up?
Do you know, it's funny you should say that.
Mm.
Oh, you're right about this stuff. What they're giving it away with.
Come on.
Get your thieving hands off. This fella, we've had 830 dates and they've all fallen through.
Yeah.
So I suppose you could say I'm fixed up, it's just not working.
Chuck him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I mean, fair's fair. It's not his fault. He just has very bad luck.
I mean, take last night. There we was, all fixed up to go down the Shamrock Club with a couple of paddy friends of mine from the pool, and what happens? Your mum comes along and says the other barmaid's gone off with her sister and can bet stay till the bitter end.
Yeah, so your bitter end. Mind you, it wasn't all that bitter, was it? About 18 double scotches and half a bottle of rum.
Yeah, was a bit K-eyed. No good to man the beast.
What about Christmas night? It should have been all right there with the lights going on.
Yeah, only she got legless that night, didn't she? Still, not to worry.
Hey, when'd you leave up?
Hey?
You leave from Catterick or wherever it is you play soldiers.
Oh, me leave, yeah. Yeah, well, that's it, innit, you see. Yeah. I'm adrift, aren't I?
Oh, you mean the Red Caps are after you?
Something like that, you know. But I'm not leaving here till I've cracked it. Blow the Red Caps.
Well, for what it's worth, mate, you have my sympathy, so if there's anything I can do...
How about tonight?
Oh, sorry, I'm fixed up for tonight.
Not you, bet.
Oh, you are awful. But I like it.
No, seriously. If I can fix up another date, can you guarantee that your mum will let her have the night off?
You obviously do not know my mother. With her, you can guarantee nothing. Still, I'll do my best. I can't say fairer than that, now can I?
Right.
Sup up the ale, lad. Tonight's the night. Josephine.
Of course, it wasn't all that long ago that we used to work on New Year's Day. No, not Scotland, of course. From what I can hear, they're not fit for work up there. But we used to turn out, didn't we, though?
Oh, yes, it wasn't a bank holiday or anything.
I wouldn't have liked that.
They have it easy nowadays, youngsters, don't they? Cosseted they are. Cosseted by an indulgent society.
Oh, I don't know about indulgent. I think we're just plain scared stiff of them.
Oh, don't tell that story again, Ernest.
Well, why not? It's true. Coming back from the shop I was a couple of Saturdays ago, and along the street comes this gang of kids, absolutely gallivanting along, and as true as I sit here, not one of them over the age of 13. They've frightened the daylights out of me.
We mature a lot earlier nowadays.
If that's maturity, I hope I never reach it.
Now, do change the subject, Ernest. It is a bit of a hobby horse of his.
Oh, I don't blame you, Mr. Bishop. You can keep your inflation and your economics. I reckon the younger generation are the biggest problem in the world today.
Huh.
Oh, you can laugh, my girl, but you'll find out when you have kids of your own.
Give us a chance.
Oh, aye, well, we've got to get you married off first, haven't we?
Well, go on then. Don't just sit there. Find a fella for me.
Don't worry, I'm looking. The sooner I get it off my hands, the better.
Who do you fancy, then? I mean, if you had the choice, who would you have?
Ernest.
Anybody?
Anybody.
Oh, I don't know. Dr. Kissinger, I suppose.
Kissinger?
Or David Essex.
Dr. Kissinger is married.
Well, what does that matter? If you want somebody, you just go and ask them. Don't matter whether they're married or not.
Oh, aye, and what about all this death us do part bit, then?
Oh, do us a favour. That went out with the ark.
She's right there, you know.
Oh, no, she isn't.
It's not the fault of the young. I know the papers are full of the thing that Tricia's talking about, and the young do tend to live by example. But what nobody has the guts to tell them is how rotten most of those examples are. And if that promise means nothing, neither does any other. That's the way we live today, not caring how many promises are broken. And we should care. It's not easy to live up to your responsibilities. Is it, Ernest?
No,
that doesn't mean we don't need to try. And we really should be going.
Oh, must you go?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
What was all that about?
Well, I just hope you live to find out, because she happens to be right.
What about him behind you for son-in-law?
Oh, heaven forbid.
He's better than nothing.
Aye, but only just.
Oh, hello there.
Hiya, cock.
Hey, Bet, I've been waiting for you.
Well, give us a chance to get me coat off.
Excuse me. You might think this is a funny question, but have you ever thought of teacups?
Teacups?
Well, you've got the power, haven't you?
What power is that then?
You know, the power to foresee the future. Like you did with them candles, buying them all up just before the lights went out.
Oh, that. Yeah.
You know, you and me'll have to have a little chat sometime. I'm that way myself.
Oh, Mr. Yates, I'm sorry. I thought you'd gone. We've just had an acquaintance of yours on the telephone asking for you, and he said if we saw you to tell you that the goods had been delivered to, as he put it, your digs. No doubt you understand.
Yeah.
Mrs. Hunt, how nice to see you.
And you, Mrs. Walker.
Only 5 minutes ago I was saying to Billy that Mrs. Hunt and I hadn't had our New Year's drink together. How about tonight?
Why don't we?
Marvellous. What can I get you now?
Oh, I'm glad you're back. Look what I found in the colo, and there's lots more.
You found it then?
Do you know about it?
Do I know about it? I won it for you, didn't I? At the bingo. That is only the grand mystery prize.
Oh, how exciting. Oh, wait until they hear about this.
Well, you can't tell anyone, Ma. I mean, well, that's one of the conditions, you see. I mean, if you told anyone, well, it wouldn't be a mystery, would it?
Oh.
Why didn't I think of it earlier?
That, love, is the story of all our lives.
Well, I should have known.
And that is the epilogue.
Do you think he'll notice?
No, not if you don't tell him it's paella.
Well, no, it's paella.
Then what are you worried about, then?
Olé! Well, I mean, it'll look like paella, but will it taste like paella with crab instead of lobster and sardines instead of mussels? I mean, sardines are nothing like mussels.
Of course they are. They both come out at sea.
I think I've got everything else. I've got the prawns, and the chicken, and the garlic, and the rice, and the pepper. Oh, sardines are nothing like mussels.
Oh, pack it in. Give him steak and chips.
Where am I going to get steak from on New Year's Day?
Point taken. Get on with the paella.
Oh, dear.
No, I must confess I was a bit worried, but I'm very pleased to say he's coping remarkably well.
More than can be said for us. A couple of little terrors they were. But little darlings as well.
Nice children. I take it you won't be doing any more fostering in the foreseeable future.
Well, not immediately, no, but I wouldn't have missed it.
And we'll be missing that bus if we're not careful. Have you seen the time?
Who is it you're going to see?
Mike Young.
Oh, yes.
We've had the tickets for months, so we'd better be there on time.
Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Better.
I'm doing my best, love. And what happened at dinner time? I go through, tang me coat up, come back, and there you were gone.
Yeah, but I had to dash you off, like, didn't I? Look, how about tonight?
Does it have to be tonight?
Well, I'm due back in the camp the day after tomorrow.
Hang on. Mrs. Walker, seeing as how I worked right through last night and all over Christmas time, and I've not had a night off since last Preston Guild, how about letting me go early tonight? Betty's in at 7:30. Can I go at 8?
Oh, very well, then. Oh, hello, dear. Would you go through? Billy is in the living room. I'll join you as soon as I can.
Oh, right. I'm all ready for Lion's Den.
Straight through. Don't trip over Bones. Now, you've got that, have you? 8:30 at my place.
I've got it.
Well, see you keep it. I don't want you letting me down again.
As if I would. Hello, Nob. What are you having?
I wish I could, Eddie. I really wish I could. But I can't stop. Me being on this errand for Big Arthur, like.
Is it about the...
Aye. In view of the fact that you didn't assist us, like, with a certain job, Big Arthur reckons the least you can do is take care of some stuff for us. And in view of the fact that Fuzz is on the prowl, and in view of the fact that somebody opened the big mouth.
You what?
That Big Arthur's words. I'm on a running errand.
Well, you tell Big Arthur that it wasn't me that did the singing. I'm not known for it, OK?
Big Arthur says to tell you he wants you to tell him, face to face. Personal. He says to tell you he's coming round to your digs later on.
I'm going out.
So you're out. So lads come looking for you.
OK. But ask him to make it early, will you, as a favour?
As a favour, I will. And thanks for kind offer a drink. I wish I could. I really wish I could.
Hey, I'll be sloshed before she gets here at this rate.
Go on, force yourself.
Is that all your mother wants? Just a friendly little New Year's drink?
Well, knowing me mum, there's usually an ulterior motive kicking around somewhere.
Go on.
I'm only guessing. Mind you, don't take this for gospel. But there have been one or two heavy hints dropped these past few days. Of course, it could be the Christmas spirit.
What sort of heavy hints?
Oh, all sorts, like, Billy, do you like this hat? Bit on the extravagant side, but it might come very useful on a certain special day.
And she doesn't mean wash day?
Not in that hat.
Oh, I see. Well, it's only natural, I suppose. I mean, everybody can't be built the same way. You know, speaking for myself, I'd just as soon the pair of you sneaked off somewhere and did it on quiet.
Well, that's only because you're paying.
Of course it is. No, it isn't. I've been putting the odd pound away. Knew it would happen someday.
With a daughter like that, I should think you did.
Look, I'll be honest with you, Billy. I think you're a bit old for her. But you can't have everything. And you have got a sense of responsibility, that's the main thing.
I should hope so.
You better do more than hope, or I'll give you a good hiding.
And you could.
And I could.
How can I apologise? Billy, love, Bet's going off soon. Will you make sure that everything's all right? Elizabeth might want some light ale springing up. Why did I choose such a demanding profession?
Go on, Mum, you'd be wasted on a dole.
How's business with you, Mrs. Hunt?
Well, I could say it were expanding, but that wouldn't be a very good advertisement, would it? No, it's doing quite well at the moment. I'm what you might call a sort of barometer. If people eat well, they put on weight and come to me. If they don't eat well, I eat worse.
I suppose you ought to be able to say the same thing about the licensed trade. But it doesn't seem to work out that way. We do have our slack times, of course. But one can generally say that on bad days, people drink to drown their sorrows. And on good ones, they drink to celebrate.
Well, you can't lose then, can you?
No, but I do have the occasional twinge of conscience. Anyway, dear, Billy looked after you, has he?
Rather too well.
Well, why shouldn't we be in a cheerful frame of mind? It is a cheerful subject. Weddings?
Oh, weddings.
I thought we might have a little pre-marital chat and decide exactly how we're going to arrange it.
Oh, whatever they want's good enough for me.
Whatever they want? Oh, dear. Surely you realise this is our last opportunity to get what we want.
It's all right, I'll go. Some friends to see you.
Yeah. Hello?
Are you from the police? You can tell me if you are, because I know all about him.
No, what you might call an allied trade.
Oh, I see. Well, if you don't mind me saying so, this gentleman has got rather big feet.
He's got rather big everything, Ma.
Oh, well, sit yourselves down then, and I hope you won't think I'm very rude. Only I promised Albert Tatlock I'd slip in for half an hour. If you go before I come back, have a nice time.
I was going out.
Not yet, Eddie. Not yet.
Early, would you believe? Hello.
Hello. I just come to see if I look all right.
Wow.
What do you think?
Come in a minute, let me have a look at you. Oh, very smart. Very elegant, very elegant.
That's good?
That's very good, yes.
Okay then.
Very smart.
I go now. Goodbye.
Bye. Edward, where art thou?
Oh, where is he?
Give the poor lad a chance. He's all of 4 seconds late. Now, you've got to admit, that can't be bad.
Look, am I all right?
No, your hair needs combing and you've a big smudge at the side of your nose, but other than... Oh, give over. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, I'll leave you two alone then. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good night.
Would you like to sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I've made some paella.
I know. I smell very good.
Oh.
Look, that's the truth, honest.
Big Arthur says let's go through it all again.
Again? Look, I've got to see this bird.
Again, Big Arthur says. Why didn't you come on this job with us?
Look, I told you I had a date. But I was with you in spirit. I mean, I was thinking about you all the time.
Were you thinking about us down Nick?
How many times have I got to tell you I haven't been near to Nick? It wasn't me that grassed.
Like Big Arthur says. Who else?
Now, would I? Do you think I'm Doodle Alley? I was due back on porridge 4 days ago. I'm not going to go round the law blabbing me mouth off, am I?
Big Arthur says why did police come looking for you?
They didn't know I was here, did they? I gave them my address in the pool.
Big Arthur said you could have done a deal.
Oh, you're still here. I know what you're ready for, a cup of tea. Do you know, you could sit while Doomsday and Albert Tatlock's and they'd no more offer you a cup of tea than fly to the moon. Will you all be having one?
Thank you.
Oh, and a bite of something to eat. I've got some lovely... Oh, can I tell them about? You know what. Well, you just sit here and I'll go and make you all some lovely ham sandwiches.
You could have done a deal. You could have done.
Look, on my mother's life.
Shut up when I'm talking to you.
Sorry.
It's just you and me again, kid. Happy New Year.
I have to speak something.
No, to say.
To say something. Please to sit down.
Pardon?
Please. Will you marry me?
Pardon?
That is right. It's the right thing to...
Oh, yes, it is right, but...
Will you marry me? Please?